What's up guys, Mr. Basie here, and today I'm going to bring you a commentary discussing the things that I missed, two of which are pretty big, and some of the other ones are kind of small, and I'm also going to discuss some of the things that were mentioned in the comments as well. So one of the very first ones is that you get a picture, like a visual reference to the visors of Master Chief and Spartan Locke, and what you can notice, and this is big and not important at the same time, what you definitely notice is that the visors are fundamentally different, and this just kind of shows the gap in technology, I suppose. There's not too much here other than the fact that we already know you can have more than two nades now, which you can see in Spartan Locke's. Master Chief's. He has three nades. But one of the other things that's very interesting is by looking at this visor, I was able to pick up on something that I definitely missed, and I think a lot of people would miss if they didn't look at it very carefully. So Spartan Locke, okay, when he comes out of wherever he is, maybe like a bunker or wherever he came out from in the beginning of his advertisement, is holding a DMR, okay? When it goes onto his HUD, his visor view, it shows a battle rifle. Okay, it shows a battle rifle with the 3 bullets left in it, or however many bullets, very little amount of bullets left in it. It shows the battle rifle, and then when he drops it again, I believe it's the DMR. So, sometimes when I watch it, it looks like the BR, but I'm fairly positive it's the DMR when he drops it into the puddle. So first of all, it's interesting that the two visors are different. So that's not really huge, news in terms of how important it is, but it is nice to mention because of, it shows the differences in technology. The, Spartan Locke's visor HUD looks much more, kind of advanced. It looks, new, sleek. Whereas Master Chief has got that old school design. I believe he even has the little health bars that we were seeing in Halo 5's multiplayer. You can see those little segments of health once the shield actually has been drained away. So that's pretty cool as it is. There's also little things along the side of Master Chief's visor, little I guess measurement increments or whatever they may be. There's just more detail on Master Chief's visor than on and I'm talking about the HUD, not the actual visor itself, than Spartan Locke's visor. The second big thing, and I actually saw this beforehand, but I didn't really think much of it, is that the time of day is different. Now, what I saw personally, I did not notice that the time of day was different, just that the lighting was different. And I noticed that before I posted. I just didn't choose to comment on it because it didn't seem very relevant. But then my brother came to me and pointed out that the sun, the reason he figured it out, the sun is in two different places. So it's not the same time of day, which is very interesting. This was also pointed out to me in the comments section as well. But that's very interesting as well because my initial, I guess, hypothesis that there could be alternate endings, that there's two different scenarios. Obviously, there's more to this than just that proposal. There still might be alternate endings, I'm not sure, but it definitely seems interesting that there's two different times of day. Are they in an alternate reality? According to one of the people in the comments, I actually posted them in the wrong order. I believe Spartan Locke was supposed to be first, and I believe in his video or his advertisement, it is actually daytime. Like it's more, it's more midday, whereas in Master Chief's it seems to be kind of sunset, you know what I mean, or maybe dawn perhaps, but it's definitely got like an orangey sky kind of look to it, so it's definitely later or earlier in the day. Now this could mean two things. If Spartan Locke was actually shooting at Master Chief, or let's say he had him in that position, maybe somehow Master Chief was able to turn the tables and have it where Spartan Locke is on the ground. The only thing that doesn't add up in terms of that theory is that Master Chief's armor is not damaged in the way that it was when he was on the ground, with that big gaping, what looked like a plasma shot to his upper left shoulder, his left shoulder region, upper left chest, I guess. So that's the only thing that doesn't really correspond to that theory. But I mean, theories are just being thrown around right now, and I'm just trying to kind of, throw them at the wall and see what sticks here, because we've got a bunch of theories. I had some pretty good theories in the comment section below, so if you guys haven't seen the comment section of that video, go check it out. People have some pretty great theories of what the story's going to be, maybe some additional theories of what this scenario might be. Either way, it's very, very interesting, to say the least. One of the other things that was mentioned in the comments section down below of the other video was that in the background there is a Covenant ship. Now I looked for the Covenant ship and I saw something that definitely resembled the Covenant ship. And I'll show you guys right here. This definitely looks like it has the attributes of a Covenant ship. I'm just not 100%, you know, certain that it is a Covenant ship, because you can see like kind of pillars there. This might just be, I mean, we're talking about the future here, guys, so this might be just a very intricate, exotic building that we're seeing back there. Now, mind you, it does have some very, you know, kind of zealot class, or not zealot class, but elite style or Covenant style, you know, attributes to it that could definitely make it look or lend itself to the idea that it is a Covenant ship in the background. But you know, I really can't say that for sure, because it can equally be, you know, just a very exotic building. We've seen very exotic buildings before in the past on Halo. You know, we've seen, of course, on that mission where you're flying around in Reach in the ship. You know, that's a great example right there of exotic buildings. You're flying amongst a bunch of exotic stuff. So I can't be 100% sure on that. I thought I would point it out and let you guys come to the conclusion yourselves. But for me, I'm not 100% convinced it's a Covenant ship. It very well could be, but you know, these pillars and the things like that, it might just be an optical illusion for buildings that are further away that just so happen to be behind that. But to me, it looks kind of like those are kind of braces holding up that little middle, that middle part there. So I'm not really sure. I'll leave that decision up to you guys. Also, when I looked at the comments, someone did mention that they believe that Master Chief was kind of talking to himself in that moment where he's asking, is this what you wanted? You know what I mean? I did look at that, and I could absolutely see that that could be perceived in that way. So there's right now there are two different kind of proposals that what he could be talking about. He could be talking directly to Spartan Locke, which would, you know, essentially mean, you know, again, what I said in the very beginning. Is this what you wanted, Spartan Locke? You chased me all the way, you know, out here. You've chased me. You hunted me, and this, you know, what's around them is essentially what has come of his vengeance or his determination to actually get to Master Chief. The other actual, you know, scenario here that's being presented by the person in the comments is that, you know, Master Chief's talking to himself. You know, I guess whatever he had to do, or whatever I guess provoked him to do whatever he does in this game, he's asking himself, is this what you wanted? Is this how you wanted it to turn out? Talking to himself and asking himself that question. So really kind of analyzing himself, you know what I mean? Definitely, you know, something that's different to Master Chief, because Master Chief up until Halo 4 really, you know, of course 343 kind of lended Master Chief to be a little bit different, you know, be a bit more sociable in their depiction of Halo, but it's definitely nice to see, and it's nice to see that you know, Master Chief's, we're kind of seeing again even a more human side of Master Chief. I believe they mentioned that themselves, but we're seeing even more human sides of Master Chief, and it's definitely nice. It definitely lends itself to the story very well, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to what is on the horizon. All of the things that I've seen so far, all the people that have pitched in the comments, I really appreciate all of your efforts and all of you know, the fact that you commented down there and gave me some feedback, because again, it just, all this information just lends to the massive pile of information that we have, and that's what really matters. It doesn't matter about who's right, who's wrong. It's you know, collectively pooling the information and coming to various different conclusions and hypotheses before the game comes out. And you know, it'll be cool to see what collaboration and mixture of these different ideas is correct. It's definitely going to be cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate the video what you think it deserved, and if you'd like to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. This has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.